Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever it is you are at in the world. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the three things that you're going to need to know when these Bitcoin ETFs get approved. Now, we're not just talking about BlackRock, we're talking about a whole host of things. And really, when I kind of look at the bigger picture of these Bitcoin ETFs, I try to look at the biggest picture possible. Try to forward think what's going to happen with this situation. So with that said, folks, I think when it comes down to all of these ETFs, they're going to get approved. BlackRock, all these other firms have just been getting in position to really kind of make the most that they can when the ETFs get approved. So if you think that all these firms and funds are basically not sitting on Bitcoin right now, you're in for a rude awakening. Altcoin Daily dropped this, so shout out to them. But there are several spot Bitcoin ETF applications that are just really on the brink of approval. And when it comes down to spot Bitcoin ETFs, there's a key word in there, folks. It's called spot. And that means that these firms actually have to own like one Bitcoin in order to trade one Bitcoin or sell one Bitcoin, or, you guys kind of get the drift. So with that said, there are just tons and tons and tons of all these ETFs that could just kind of pop open at any given time. And between all these firms just right on this page, there's probably trillions of dollars that have the ability. I'm not saying $1 trillion is going to flood into Bitcoin, but it could. So, I mean, when we start to see this type of possibility happen, we have to think about, okay, well, what's the double-edged sword here? Because when it comes down to it, we could argue that, okay, let's say a lot of these firms want to get in at much lower prices. Obviously, they've had the last year during the crypto bear market to do so. But let's say they want more. Demand's high. They want cheaper prices. Well, I do believe that all of these firms and funds do have the ability to manipulate the entire crypto markets as a whole. And I think that they could absolutely bring Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets to its knees, like nothing that we saw when it comes to FTX, all these exchanges going under. So it's kind of one of these things where I am excited to proceed with caution. Keywords there. Excited to proceed with caution. So Internet Computer has chain key Bitcoin, so I'm excited to see how this reacts as well, folks. And really, when it comes down to it, there is one thing that I wanted to show you, and no, it's not the XRP charts, but it is the gold charts, folks, because let's face it, I asked ChatGPT, when was the first spot ETF introduced for gold? And they say, oh my goodness gracious, November 18th, 2014. Or 2004, excuse me. So you can see the inception of this and how the value of gold has risen. Now let's just do one other thing here. I'm going to just break this down, and you can kind of see where the inception of this happened. November. Actually, you cannot see this. There you go. You can see where the inception of the gold spot ETF came into play. Boom. It was off to the races. But over a 10-year period, gold only did over a, let's see, what is that? 7-year period. Gold only did a 350% increase. That's cute, right? I mean, very cute. We saw the last Bitcoin bull market really kind of rage on from even the coronavirus low to all-time high. I mean, that did 1,700%. The thing is, like, with Bitcoin, it's different than gold, because really gold, you could argue that there's a limited amount of gold out there, but they're always mining new gold every day. Eventually it'll possibly run out, but that 25 million Bitcoin is going to run out a lot sooner than we'll run out of gold. So the fact that there is a lot, there's only 25 million Bitcoin. So I do think that we are going to see some crazy stuff happen. So we could see all these ETFs take crypto to its knees. We could see it make a very nice run up like this going forward. Or we could see the ETFs get canceled. And what would that do to all the hopium that's been, leading up to this ETF news, folks? Well, I would imagine we'd see a pretty nasty little retracement. But those are just kind of like the three things that you should be on the lookout for as we proceed closer to these Bitcoin ETFs. I love you guys all. Please subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you guys all on the next video. Peace.